Hi, good morning. This is Dr. Nehru. Today we are discuss about descriptive research methods in education. Okay, and in this video we are discuss about definition, characteristics, application, methods, examples, and advantages of descriptive research. And now we are discuss about what is descriptive research. One of the basic functions of research is to understand the nature of the problem and to identify various factors that contribute towards the causes of events. Descriptive surveys are prominent methods of conducting exploratory research in area of social sciences. Moreover, in the field of education, you will come across large majority of descriptive studies, surveys conducted all over the world. This lecture will be devoted to the conceptual clarity of descriptive surveys and procedural details of conducting different kinds of surveys in education. Census surveys, sample surveys, cross-sectional surveys, integral surveys, comparative surveys, evaluation study, and document analysis. These are some descriptive surveys or descriptive survey examples. Meaning and nature of descriptive survey. The terminal of descriptive survey research is designed to obtain pertinent and precise in the information concerning the existing status of phenomena and whenever possible to draw valid generalizations for the facts discovered without making any inference or control over the situation. Such types of studies are restricted not only to fact finding but may translation, the formulation of the important principles of knowledge, situation of significant problems concerning local, state, national, and international cases. Descriptive survey collection and provide three types of information. The first one is of what exists with respect to variables or considerations in situation. The second one of what we want by identifying standards or norms with which compare the present conditions or what aspects considered to be described, and of how to achieve a goal by exploring possible ways and means on the basis of the experience of others or opinions of experts. And descriptive research definition. Descriptive research is defined as a research method that describes the characteristics of the population of phenomenon that is being studied. This methodology focuses more on the what of the research subject rather than the why of the research subject. In other words, descriptive research primary focus on describing the nature of demographic segment without focusing on why certain phenomena occurs. In other words, it's describe the subject of the research without covering it, why it happens. For example, an appeal brand that wants to understand the fashion purchasing trends among New York buyers will conduct a demographic survey of this region, gather population data, and then conduct a descriptive research on this demographic segment. This research will then uncover details on what is the purchasing pattern of New York buyers, but not cover any investigative details on why the patterns exist, because for the apparel brand trying to break into this market, understanding the nature of this their market is the objective of the study. Now, characteristics of descriptive research. The descriptive research characteristics are qualitative research, uncontrolled variables, cross-sectional studies, Basis of further research. All four are characteristics of descriptive research. The first one is qualitative research. Descriptive research is a qualitative research method that attempts to collect quantifiable information to be used for statistical analysis of the population sample. It is a popular market research tool that always to control and describe the nature of the demographic segment. Here, one thing, it's you don't think it's a market research means it's present trends in any field, even in education also. Uncontrolled variables. In descriptive research, none of the variables are influenced in any way. This uses observational methods to conduct the research. Hence, the nature of the variable or their behavior is not in the hands of the researcher. And the third one is cross-sectional studies. Descriptive research is generally a cross-sectional study where different sections belongs to the same group or studies. Basis of further research. The data collected and analyzed from descriptive research can be further reached using different research techniques. The data also can help point towards the types of research methods are to be used for the subsequent research. And next is applications of descriptive research with examples. Descriptive research can be used in multiple ways for the multiple reasons. Before going into any kind of survey, through the survey goals and survey design is very important. Descriptive following these steps through, there is no way to know if the research outcome will be met. To understand the end objectives, research goals below are some ways organizations currently use descriptive research today are, the first one is define respondent characteristics. The aim use closed-ended questionnaires is to draw concentrate conclusions about the respondents. This could be the need to drive patterns, traits, and behaviors of the respondents. It could also be understand from a respondent their attitude or opinion about the phenomena is question. For example, understanding the millennials of hours per week they spent on browsing the internet. All this information helps the organization conducting the research make informed business decisions. Measures data trends. Data trends can be measured over time with statistical capabilities provided by descriptive research. Consider if an appeal company conducts research between different demographics like age groups from 24 to 35 and 36 to 45. A new range launch of autumn wear. If one of these groups does not take too well to the new launch, this provides an insight into what clothes are like and what are not, and the ones that are not are dropped. This is about this example for measuring trends. This is about the apparel or garments. Even the same example also we are taken to even in education is also for different courses and different age groups in any system. Any level of education system, maybe primary, secondary, or even higher education, are different programs and all will take measuring different trends in different educational opportunities or educational courses or educational subjects, whatnot, and conduct comparisons. Another one. Organizations also use it to descriptive research to understand how different groups responded to certain product or certain services. For example, here is also, first of all, we want to take an apparel brand creates a survey asking general questions that measure the brand range. The same survey also asks demographic questions like age, income, gender, geographical location, etc. This consumer research helps the organization understands what aspects of the brand apparel to the population and what aspects do not. It also helps is making product or making fixes, or in same cases even create a new product line just to cater to high growth potential group. So this is conduct comparisons in a one one brand and different dependent on different aspects or different variables like age, income, gender, geographical location for an apparel brand. Even in the same manner, even in education is also one program, any program or any aspects, why they are choosing the program and what are the age group, the family income group, geographical location, how they are tended towards the program, how they are attracted towards that program, everything can we can conduct a comparisons and validate existing conditions. Descriptive research is widely used to help ascertain the prevailing conditions and underlying patterns of the research object. Due to the non invasive method of research and the use of quantitative observation and some aspects of qualitative observation. Each variable is observed and in-depth analysis can be conducted. It's also used validate in existing conditions that may be prevalent in a population. So this is for using for validate existing conditions. What are the conditions available? We can know the realities. We can use this descriptive with this descriptive research. We can find out. And the next one is conduct research at different times. You can conduct the research in a different times, different timelines. At ascertain if there is any similarities or differences in the research can be conducted at different periods of the time. This also allows any number of variables to be evaluated. For the purpose of verification, studies on prevailing conditions can also repeated to draw trends. And next dimension is descriptive research methods. There are three distinctive methods can conduct descriptive research. One is observation. The observational method is the most effective method to conduct descriptive research, and both quantitative observation and qualitative observation are used in this research method. And second one is quantitative observation. This is the observe collection of the data which primarily focused on numbers and values. It's suggested associated to of or descript in terms of quantity. Researchers' quantitative observation are delivered using statistical and numerical analysis methods. It implies observation of any entity that can be associated with numeric values such as age, shape, weight, volume, scale, etc. For example, the researcher can track if current customers will refer the brand by using a simple net protector score quotient. And the third one is qualitative observation. Does not involve measurements or numbers, but instead just monitoring characteristics. In this case, the researcher observed the respondents from distance. Since the respondents are in comfortable environment, in characteristics observed are natural or affected. In descriptive research, the researcher can choose to be either a complete observer, an observer as a participant as an observer, or a complete participant. For example, in a market, a supermarket, or anyway, a researcher can be for monitor and track the selection of purchase trends in customers. This offers deeper insight into the purchasing experience of the customer. In the same manner, in an education system, uh, 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 the students of the age groups like this, in the professional courses also, what type of courses they are selecting. and what type of course are they are selecting, and what type of courses are they are opting, and what type of subjects they are opting. All these we are cross check with this qualitative observation and their behavior also. Next one is case study method. Case studies involved in-depth research and study of individuals or groups. Case studies leads to a hypothesis and widen further scope of studying phenomena. However, case studies should not be used to determine cases and effect, as they don't have a capacity to make accurate predictions because they could be a base in the part of the research. The other reason why case studies are not accurate way of the conducting descriptive research is because there should be an analytical respondent in the research, and describing them leads to poor generalization and move away from external validity. So this is about case study method. And another one is survey research. In survey research, respondents answer through surveys or questionnaires or polls. They are a popular market research tool to collect feedback from respondents in order from surveys to gather good quality data. It should have good survey questions. It should be a balanced mix of open-ended questions and closed-ended questions. The survey method can be conducted online or offline, which is makes it the go-to opinion for descriptive research where the sample size is very large. This is in survey research sample size is very large. This is best example is surveys, questionnaires and polls. The best example. Examples of descriptive research. Especially food group launches a new range of barbecue rubs, would like to understand what favorites of rubs are favored by different sets of people. To understand the preferred flavor plate by conduct the descriptive research study using the different methods like observational methods in supermarkets. By also conducting survey wish list, conducting in-depth demographic information offers insights about the preference of different markets. This can also help tailor make the routes and spreads the different preferred materials in the demographic. Conducting through the descriptive research helps organizations pick their business model and amplify market in core markets. In the same manner in education is also. Any institution they wanted to introduce any new course. So first of all, they collect the opinion from different stakeholders, and based on their feedback, their different demographics, we can plan for a new course or not, and what are the changes are needed, or what are the resources we want to incorporate are ready for making ready for the course is launched like this. And we are also know the market trends that in education sectors also as well. Another example where descriptive research can be used in a school districts. Now we are come to the even education also district that who is to evaluate teachers' attitude about using technology in the class. By conducting surveys and observing their comfortableness using technology through observational methods, the researcher can view with what they can help understood if a full-fledged implementation can face in issues. This also helps in understand if the students are impacted in any way with this change. This is a purely education related example. Some other problems and are research questions that can be leads to descriptive research are market researchers that want to observe habits of consumers. Here the markets means education markets or opportunities, and habits of the customer means what are the opinion towards the education, different educational courses and programs. A company that wants to evaluate the moral of its staff. And the next one is school districts that wants to understand if students will access online lessons rather than a textbook. An organization to understand if its wellness programs increase the overall health of the employees. So these are some of the problems related to descriptive research. And what are the advantages? Some of the major advantages of descriptive research are data collection, valid, natural environment, with quick conduct and a cheap, famous basis of decision making. All are comes under these advantages. Some of the major advantages here. The first one is data collection. Descriptive research can be conducted by using specific methods like observational methods, case study method, and survey method. Between these three, all major methods of data collection are covered, which provides a lot of information. This can be used of further research or even developing hypothesis of your research object. Second one is varied. Since the data collection is both qualitative and quantitative, it gives a holistic understanding of a research topic. This causes data that was not planned to be collected gets tracked, and the data is varied, diverse, and true. Next one is natural environment. Descriptive research allows the research to be conducted in the natural environment in the respondent, and this ensures that high quality and honest data is collected. Next one, quick to conduct and cheap. As the sample size is generally large in descriptive research, the data collection is quick to conduct and is cheap. And next one is forms basis for decision for decision making. As the data collected in descriptive research represents a large population and it's robust, it is very easy to make decisions on the basis of the statistical analysis of the data. These are some of the advantages. What are the advantages? It's a data collection is very easy, varied, different types of qualitative and quantitative data, and we are collecting the data in a very natural environment, quick to conduct and cheap. It's very short time, or within a time we can, within a time being, we are conduct the research, and it's also very easy. Forms basis of decision making. Based on the data, we can analyze, we can use the statistical analysis. We can analyze and take a decision making in a appropriate time or very short time also. And some of the disadvantages, some of the major disadvantages of the descriptive research is confidentiality. One is confidentiality, halo effect, sample is not representative, no scope to learn causes. What are the causes? Now we are in detail, we are discuss confidentiality. Respondents are not always truthful if questions are too personal or they feel that they are being watched. This may negative the validity of the data. When we are collect the data, at that time the respondents may feel they feel a little bit untruthfulness. So then the confidentiality is also missing. And halo effect. If the research observer has potential basis towards the research topic or some respondents in the research, the observations that may be considered as a invalid or untrue. Next one is sample is not representative. Due to the randomness of the sample, it is very tough to validate that the sample is an accurate representation of the whole population. This is another big problem. Sometimes the sample is not represented the whole population, then it's create some problem. It's we are not get a proper outcomes or proper results. No scope to learn cause, since descriptive research only focus on the what of the objective phenomena. It does not delve into the why or how, and that is a information in learning specific causes. So this is also some of the problems are, it's not a say it's a problems, it's a disadvantages. Even we are trying to minimize the problems, then this disadvantages become advantages also, and we will get very good outcomes or results. Thank you very much. This is about the descriptive research methods in education and allied fields. So this video is also useful for your assignments and examinations. If you have any doubts, you can come up with. You can come up with your own queries, and with my WhatsApp or email, I will give you my clarifications, whatever you want. Thank you very much for watching my video lesson. Thank you very much and have a nice day.